Three news stories for you. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopian government last night issued a statement in response to a resolution adopted by UN Human Rights Council. What is Ethiopian government saying, and what does it mean for the resolution which has been adopted by the body? Can this resolution be implemented if Ethiopia is not willing to cooperate with international investigation? Secondly, last night another airstrike was conducted on Alamata. Three times Alamata has been hit in the last 3 days by Ethiopian Air Force. Why is that Ethiopian Air Force is conducting so many airstrikes on Alamata? Thirdly, we have received some confirmation from our sources that PM Abiy traveled to Eritrea, I think 2 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago, he traveled to Eritrea. We don't have any pictures or videos, but the sources which are giving this information are very reliable. We'll have a look at this information. Firstly, viewers, we were waiting for Ethiopian government's response to UN Human Rights Council's resolution. Ethiopian government now has issued a statement. UN Human Rights Council has established an international mechanism to investigate human rights abuses committed in Tigray, Amhara and Afar regions. All human rights violations since 2020, when this war started, till now, they'll be investigated by this international panel of investigators. That is what the resolution said. In response to this resolution, Ethiopian government issued a statement. Ethiopian government has outrightly rejected this resolution. Ethiopian government says it will not cooperate with any international investigators. So, Tigray government has not issued a statement so far, but it's expected that Tigray will agree to this resolution, though we're waiting for statement from Tigray too. Now, when Ethiopian government has rejected this resolution, what will happen? Of course, international investigators cannot conduct any investigation until Ethiopian government cooperates with them. If Ethiopian government does not cooperate with them, what will human rights body do? It can call for sanctions. It can vote on sanctions on Ethiopia. That is what it can do. In the case of Eritrea, similar resolutions were passed by some UN bodies, because in Eritrea there have been claims of grave human rights violations, massive disappearances of people from all walks of life. But Eritrea did not cooperate with any UN body, and UN could not do anything. You see that Isaias is still there in power. So if Abiy Ahmed government does not cooperate with UN investigators, UN cannot do anything. UN can just impose sanctions. Even yesterday's vote was split. Sanctions cannot be imposed easily on Ethiopia from the UN platform. So that is why the force which is needed behind the implementation of this decision, the force is missing. Ethiopia will not cooperate with this investigation. In yesterday's video, we discussed that at least victims had a hope of justice, but now this hope is vanishing, as well as Ethiopian government is not willing to cooperate with international investigation. Ethiopian government says it's a violation of Ethiopian territorial sovereignty, and it's integrity, territorial integrity and sovereignty. The same country, Ethiopian government, involved another country, Eritrea, against its own people. Where was your territorial integrity and sovereignty when you involved another country against your own people? And Ethiopia is one of the largest recipient of foreign aid. Where is your territorial sovereignty when you receive large sums of money from these Western countries? But when they call for independent investigations into human rights abuses, suddenly you come up with this slogan that this is against Ethiopian sovereignty and this is meddling in the internal affairs of the country. Problem is the investigations which your bodies, which Ethiopian bodies are conducting, they are being rejected by one party, TPLF. So any local investigation will not be welcomed, it will not be accepted by all parties to this conflict. There is need of an independent international investigation. You can talk about investigators, you can talk about who will investigate, which countries will investigate. You should talk about that. You should not say that there will be no outside investigation into these human rights abuses, because one party is not ready to accept Ethiopian-led investigations. So there must be foreign-led investigations. You can talk about investigators, from which countries they should be. But victims will never have justice if you keep on rejecting international investigations into these war crimes. Secondly, viewers, last night, once again, Alamata came under airstrikes. This is the third time in almost 3 days that Ethiopian Air Force has conducted airstrikes on Alamata. On the night of 15th of December, then 16th of December, then last night. So 3 times Ethiopian Air Force has carried out airstrikes on Alamata, and so far no statement from Ethiopian government. Which were the targets? No statement. What we have learned, viewers, is that Ethiopian government forces are trying to stop the movement of Tigray forces from Alamata towards the place where Ethiopian government forces have cut off the road. They're trying to cut off the road because from the north, Ethiopian government forces are trying to move towards Wuldia. They don't want any reinforcements of Tigray force arrive towards Wuldia from Alamata. That is why they are keeping Alamata under pressure. They are conducting airstrikes regularly on Alamata, but no official statements. Which were the targets? Were they hit accurately or not? Tigray says civilians are being killed, but Ethiopian government is silent. Lastly, viewers, PM Abiy Ahmed, who is in Turkey now, before visiting Turkey, reportedly he visited Eritrea 3 days ago. We have received this confirmation from some of our very credible and reliable sources. Don't have any pictures, videos, but they're confirming that he was in Eritrea. He was on a secret visit there and he met with Isaias Afwerki. What was the purpose of the visit? We don't know. What we can say is that the visit was related to the session, Human Rights Council session, which adopted a resolution against Ethiopian government. Not against the Ethiopian government, but about investigations into human rights abuses in Ethiopia. And secondly, battlefield situation might have come under discussion as well between Isaias and Abiy Ahmed. Whenever they meet in secret, they plan something and they discuss some issues, some problems that they are facing. So, growing pressure upon Ethiopian government from the UN, it might have come under discussion, and battlefield situation might have come under discussion, as well as Tigray Defense Force has been pushed back towards Tigray. What would be the next strategy of Ethiopian government forces? We don't have any visual confirmation, but most sources are confirming this visit, which happened on Wednesday, I think. Thank you for watching.